Hey, what's up, guys? We're going into before I get into the next few plays that I'm gonna go over in strong close. I want to just kind of give a quick review um, why I decided to go with the zone weak as opposed to the other runs in this formation. Well, for one, the zone weak is the only play in this formation that you can effectively flip without having to flip the play. So that's going to be the positive, so that you can kind of go either side without having to give a basic tell too much. While some of the runs are good, I just find that the zone weak is, probably more flexible as opposed to the other runs. The other ones are pretty much already pre-designated, and if you play someone that kind of boxes up a little bit, and you don't really have a viable way of checking out of it. But whereas the zone weak is definitely a good solid. However, if you do find yourself, and you want to run dive, I'm gonna just basically tell you, not I shouldn't have to go too deep into it. Is if you do run, the dive or anything, make sure that you do motion the tight end to the other side. That way you have um, more of a balance on your protection on both sides. Because if you don't, then usually what's going to happen is the defensive end or edge rusher on the backside will usually come into the backfield and tackle you either for a loss or maybe a 1 yard gain real short. So just be very mindful of that. Other than that, I'm not going to spend too much time on talking about the other runs outside of halfback zone week. First play that I want to go over is wide receiver out. Okay, it's going to be a big part of your offense and basically something that they're going to have to respect on the short aspect of the game. We'll just kind of just go through random coverages. I can't necessarily. Well, you know what? We'll start deep and then work our way down. Usually I will try this, like, as a primary read versus like cover four. Like, you catch people that play like cover four drop show too. Um, One of the main things is, since the patch update, you cannot really run from like formations that have a heavy and a weak side. Like, if you have a strong side, weak side in your formations, you cannot run under center unless you balance it. Okay, or pass under center unless you balance it, because what's going to happen is, the zones are going to react a little bit quicker on the routes. So what you're going to basically need to do is um, just make sure you're on either hash. Now, as far as personnel grouping goes, the side that you're going to run short to needs to be more of a physical receiver. The side that you're going to run long to needs to be more of a speed receiver. Okay, so you got your field receiver side, is your speed, and your short guy is the physical. Now, as far as what we're going to do here is Edwards, as you see, he's already highlighted red. He's going to be the primary. Now, what I'm going to do on this, like, if y'all paid attention during my user catch portion of the ebook, then you would know that that's going to be a big factor in some of these routes that we're running. With short routes like that, it's basically about him breaking open and getting to the ball. Usually, if there's a defender on him, you want to go aggressive first. All the time. Aggressive first. There's a defender on him. How you come down with it really depends on the zone that you're dealing with. If there's no defender on behind him, like if he's just straight man, you can go aggressive and try to rack it up the field, and get extra yards. If you have a defender on top of him, you can go aggressive and then possession. That way you can go ahead and get down. You don't take an unnecessary big hit. And then last but not least, if you want to get the sideline catch, you could double aggressive. Okay, but I'm just gonna go through it. Just show you guys as is. Wait for it. Aggressive possession. Easy way to beat the quarter flat to the outside. Run it 3 times. Aggressive possession. You're gonna get 5, 10, 15 yards with it. It's a nice solid play. Easy way to get past the quarter. Aggressive rack. See, sometimes, you know, as long as you're animating, you're good. You can just try different things. I just wanted to show you each version. That's why there's a zone over there. Just make sure that you get out in front. So that's going to be your easy quick read. Now, if they start defending that, you're going to wait on it and you're going to check for the tight end. Okay? So we'll kind of do it again. It's going to take a little bit more time. You wait on the tight end, and the tight end can get open behind him. Okay? So there's really nothing you have to do, like, as far as making extra reads. So it's just going to be that, the tight end, just wait for him, and then just go out in possession, catch it, okay, like against zone. I'll do it one more time. You can kind of sneak a pump fake in there sometimes, not too much, because sometimes it creates block sheds, so you have to be careful. But one more time, just wait for them to clear the linebacker if they're not using it, and it's going to be there, okay? Now, if they start using that route, what's going to happen is the curl route, which is going to be your third read if you're going to go to that side of the field, it's going to open up. So we're going to kind of go 1, 2, 3, square, X, triangle. Sometimes you might have to go back, roll out a little bit. So against cover 4, you know, he's going to be sitting on that little curl route. So there's not really too much we're going to be able to do there. And then last but not least, you do have the curl and the hitch. Now, if I'm going up against quarters, I want to shorten this route, okay? Because that's going to give me a little bit more, you know, something to work with the flat and the hitch. So if I want to look at that as a quick read, I can look at the flat, hitch, and then kind of hit them over there, you know? So it's a nice little spacing concept that you can kind of get, you know, an attack cover 4. Now, let's say they're playing cover 3. It's a nice little play that we're going to have here. Let's start with this guy. Now, again, this is why I said you want to make sure that you move to the left or to the right of the hash in case you do want to make this throw. It's going to be a little bit tighter because the way they fix the zones. But you should still be able to make it. It'll be a little bit tighter. He has to be on the hash. If he's not on the hash, that outside third is going to be on it. That quarter flat's going to be on it. And you're not going to be able to get it. But if you're on the hash, you should still be able to make this out route read. This read, primarily, like I said, your aggressive physical receiver should get a lot of touches off of this. So it's not like, you know, he's not going to get involved. Okay, you can get him, kind of wear a corner down a little bit, you know, and usually, you know, if you get enough touches to that route, you're going to start gravitating defenders over there, and they're going to have to respect it, right? So again, just to show you again, just as soon as you cut possession rack, you can go aggressive rack, you know, aggressive possession. You just make sure you're holding R1, whatever you do, so that you always come down with it, okay? I'm not going to spend too much time on that route. Now, again, you're going through your read progressions, okay? So if, let's say if they're sitting on that with a defender and they take either a linebacker or a safety over there, try to sit down on it. Your next read progression is going to be between Waller, Ruggs, and Drake, okay? So you're just going to kind of look over the top. It's there. It's there. Sometimes you wait. I shouldn't have did that. Forgive me. That post, that route by Waller isn't going to necessarily be a read here. We could probably motion this guy in. I don't know. It might affect the hook just enough. Yeah. So the same way, if you motion him slightly in against cover 3, like let's see, regular cover 3, you could still get it. Okay. So it is, you know, if it's getting usered, it becomes a problem. It gets usered. That side of the field gets usered. You're going to open up your next option, which is obviously going to be the curl. Okay. So you just wait. Sometimes you could throw it over there. The way this game is, sometimes practice mode is not going to keep letting you get it. You know, if it's been open, I've ran it so many times, but usually it gets a little bit more open than that, um, and that's fine. You know, we're not gonna spend too much time on it. I just want to know, hey, it does beat cover 3, but you really got to time it against a CPU in practice mode. But in a game, it usually is open. Just be mindful if they're using the guy over here that I'm about to mic. They're using anybody over here. Hold up. Come on. There we go. If they're using that guy, you know, if he splits and takes, you know, sometimes they'll bait to the tight end and then they'll go to the curl. So be careful. If you're worried about that, like I said, you could always just go with the hitch for a safe route and get under it. So it's a lot easier of a throw. You're not going to necessarily get the first down. You'll get about 6-7 yards, but you won't find yourself in that predicament of you need to go 10 yards down the field. Now, it will beat it 10 yards down the field, but the spacing route is going to do its job, get open against, you know, find the soft spot in the zone and keep you moving down the field. Other than that, it's still the same reads. Like, you're not really having to do too much as far as, you know, reading the defense. Now, what you could do now, when you start hitting them with this spacing concept that we've created, they start coming down, right? Let's say they press. I don't have 2 sticks. I'm sorry. But if they start pressing, they start bringing guys down, you're going to take Ruggs and put him on a fade. Not a streak, a fade. The reason why you're going to go with a fade is because his release is going to usually prevent him from getting pressed 5 yards down the field. As opposed to running a streak, he might get bumped and rerouted, and sometimes, you know, but, you know, usually if they have that hitch route and they're worried about a hitch, you know, sometimes they might be holding L2 and they won't get a good bump on you. So I'm going to just run it like this, and it should just shoot right past up the seam. If you wait on it, right there for a nice one-play touchdown. Okay, guys, do it again. Just show you this ain't no fluke, because practice mode is hard to get these consistent. But we're going to do it again. Got the fade route. It's the only thing we're adding. 1, 2, 3. And then just go ahead and rack it in, okay, with your speed receiver. Don't think there's going to be too much other than that we're going to really do out of this specific play. What you could do, one slight adjustment that I would do here is, if you could come out in a package where you have the jumbo, and make sure that your backup fullback is a running back, because the fullback, or you can go jumbo, like if you want to use him to block for like the next play that we're probably going to go over, or you can go twin halfbacks if you want to utilize your second running back out of the backfield. The only thing is, you're really trying to figure out what you're going to do with your receivers, because sometimes your receivers flop when you do these. So what's happening is, you could probably switch your receivers. Like, you can make Ruggs your number 1 and Edwards your number 2. That way you can kind of keep Ruggs on one side of the field when you go into these packages. You know, it's kind of mix your personnel up a little bit. Or you can design it like the way it's set up right now with the twin halfbacks is, I would definitely have to run this flipped. And I would have to go back in here. I would have to run it from the right hash. So let me go ahead and put the ball on this side. So if we run it from the right hash, we still, you know, right-hand quarterback is fine. It's actually better for a right-hand quarterback to roll out to the right and make the throw. So we're just going to kind of go through the read progressions. Circles, open, easy read. We'll go through the... Actually, we'll give him the fade and then just throw it to the tight end. Wait for the tight end. Nice little catch. Go with the hitch. Got your catch. Go with the flat. Keep the hitch so that we keep the flat. Just throw a little touch pass over the defender. Or you can keep the curl and go flat. It'll push them back a little bit further. That way you don't have to throw the touch pass. And then last but not least, you do it with the streak. And then just fire it in there. Sometimes, so if it's open like that, it's clear to throw the bullet with the pass lead. If they have someone in the way, you might want to lob pass it. And then, like I said, last but not least, you always have your check down. Easy read. Just make sure that he plants his feet before he comes back. And hopefully that kind of goes over everything that you guys can do out of wide receiver out. And hope you guys enjoy, and stay tuned, man, because there's going to be more plays that I'm going to go over, and I'm going to try to be fast with this, okay? I don't want to spend too much time on them.